There it goes.
Hello, Flosstube. We are back.
Took us a while, but here we are.
Part of my head's missing. Hang on, people.
Get over here.
Get in.
All right.
Now I'm here.
You don't realize how much it takes to get all this together. And for 3 people to get it all together, especially these two, it takes even longer. So,
Three Stooges.
You don't think anyone believes that, do you?
Yes. So, we are back.
Oh, we're going to the table again.
Welcome. If the table jiggles, it's because we do as well. So, what I got to say about that.
We're still learning how to set this up and try to make it look right. So,
And right now you are sitting on books.
yeah, a stack of books.
Yes. So that's as tech advanced as we get.
Isn't this a pretty quilt?
Yes. We'll start off by mentioning our new quilt behind us. This was, we are borrowing this from our wonderful stitcher, Scarlett. She's a stitcher and a quilter, and she let us borrow that for our backdrop, and we are so grateful for that. So before I forget, this is Bluegrass Blessings. If you haven't figured it out yet, Flosstube. I'm Diana.
I'm Stacy.
And I'm Sherry.
And we make up Bluegrass Blessings. So today is April 30th. This is our 4th Flosstube. I'm not exactly sure that y'all will see this tonight or not, because our goal is for me to take this home and maybe add some music to the beginning, maybe some photos in between or something. You never know.
Or maybe not. We'll see.
We'll see. So if you don't see any music at the beginning, you don't see any photos throughout, you know that Diana said, forget it.
Yeah.
So that's not really what I said. We are PG here. All right. So you may be wondering what went on in April that we didn't get on here and do a Flosstube. Well, when I asked Stacy this morning, she could think of nothing.
Life is just busy.
Yes. And when I asked Sherry this afternoon, she could think of nothing.
Well, I did have last week when we were going to do one, I did have a doctor's appointment. So,
and her puppy did have a sore ankle.
Yes, my puppy got sick last Wednesday when we were going to do the Flosstube. And if I've done things right, I will insert a picture here of my puppy Daisy. If you see no pictures, because I didn't
figure it out.
But Daisy is my German short-haired pointer. She's supposed to be my husband's, but she's mine. So that's why we didn't do it last week.
And my mom fell, broke 2 ribs.
Yes. And
so we did
tell her.
A reason.
Yes. And then we were at our state park here in Kentucky that's closest to us, Greenbow. Stacy and I went there 2 weeks ago on a Saturday.
It was like the 12th-ish.
Yes.
Whatever that Saturday around the 12th was.
They have a big handcraft weekend where they do a big quilt show, and then they have other artisans come in and set up booths. And we have done that now for 3 years.
Yeah, this was our 3rd year.
Yes. And Stacy spun. She took her spinning wheel and she did some spinning of yarn. And I taught a beginning cross stitch class. And everybody came out. Nobody cried, including me. So it all went well. We had a good time. We got to meet a lot of new people.
We did.
Sherry stayed here and manned the shop for us. And as far as we know, all the stitchers that came are still here. So it was a good time. So that's kind of what we've been doing in April. It's just been busy.
And if you do get a chance in your area to go to a production like that, if they had the giant quilt show down in the basement of the lodge, and then there was just all sorts of handmade artisans and homegrown music, so to speak.
They had dulcimers, a concert, and it was beautiful. It was amazing.
There was a fellow there who actually makes the instrument. I think all kids should go to something like that and experience that, because you don't know what is going to grab a child's interest and become their lifelong hobby.
Yes.
And everybody needs one.
Yeah. There was wood carving. There was pottery. There was a lady in our room who did hats.
Oh, yeah, I bought a hat.
She bought a hat.
Should have wore it.
It was beautiful. There was another lady in our room with us that did macrame, and she also has goats, and she's known around our area as the goat lady because she sells soaps and shampoos and things like that she makes out of the goat goat milk. So
smelled really good.
Yes, and so she was there. So we just had a really good time while we were there. So if you ever get a chance to go to that, to like a true authentic,
they call it a
handcrafted, where it actually is handcrafted stuff. It's a great opportunity to go to. All right, so we are going to show you our whips, works in progress. So, Sherry, you want to start?
Sure.
This is what we've been working on while we've been gone.
Okay, I recently started this one because, hey, why finish it when you can just start something?
Taking that out of the plastic.
Diana's going to take it out of the plastic.
Tell them to do this before we start, and what did they do? And this is in
That's
there.
probably why she didn't. She couldn't.
So here we go. Look how pretty. This was released at Market. Pansy patch. A stitcher's tool. Tools.
That's in one of these boxes.
That's a frame.
They've got it framed.
Yeah, this is framed. Okay, so that's what I've done. It's just it's been just a couple days of stitching on it.
40, it would fit in one of the boxes.
This one works up pretty quick. It's a fun stitch. It's cute.
It's wasabi.
Wasabi. It's 32.
32 count fabric. Wasabi is a Shakespeare's Peddler fabric that we got at Market. It's a Lugana. It's an even weave, so it's very nice. Why don't you show us your whip next?
This is my whip / plan. No, you go ahead and get yours open. She's just in there. We started this at Market, and I put in just a few stitches, but now that I have finished a few things, I'm going to come back to it and work on it quite a bit. And this is my big whopping start. A skull and a bat and some doodads.
Now, y'all need to see the full effect of this fabric.
Because this fabric is really pretty. I do like it.
This is really cool fabric.
I think the tags on it.
It's called Minerva. It's by Seraphim.
Yeah, it is.
And this is a 28 count linen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So her headless horseman is going to look really cute.
You can tell I'm not really that into ironing. I'll iron it when it's finished.
It's overrated.
None of us are. My whips are on the chair.
Well, if Sherry's got hers open, she can just go ahead.
No, I still got a hand of her stuff.
Okay. There is no rehearsals.
Sorry.
We were playing with microphones before we got started. Look, I didn't take mine out. I'm going to get in trouble.
Her with a wet noodle.
Okay, all right. So I started Spring Moon. I love this. I love all of her moon patterns. Paulette from Plum Street. I love them all. So I started this one. And I'm thinking about changing my fabric because I'm not 100% sure that I like this pattern on this. And this is old stationery, which I love. So it's not the fabric. And I started at the bottom. And if you don't know me very well, I started at the bottom because I want to get to the house. So, but I do love this. If you've never stitched on old stationery by Seraphim, it is really nice to stitch on, and just about anything looks really good on it. So, all right, Miss Sherry.
Okay. Thank you. All right, this one here I've been working on for a while. I have a thing where I just do a couple stitches in this, and then I'll pick something up and do a few stitches in that. So that's how come you won't see a lot of finishes from me. But when I do, it'll probably be a bunch at one time. So
isn't that pretty?
So this is La Di Da, and I really love this pattern. I like I enjoy stitching it. And I like the colors. There's only, I believe, like 4 colors in the whole pattern. So
you get that big old tree.
The fabric, I can't remember what the fabric is.
The fabric is sage.
Is it a Jovan?
It is a Jovan, I think. It's 28 count.
Yeah, it's a 28 count.
Yeah, and it's by Seraphim.
If it's not sage, it's sage-like.
Yeah, it is sage. Pretty positive. It's not frosted sage like what we got the last time, but it's sage.
All right. Who's next?
Stacy doesn't have any more whips.
Stacy doesn't have any more whips.
Well, that's because she's a show off. Okay, so
I did some finishes this week. This past few weeks.
Tell you what, you all just rushed me or something.
Rushed you.
Okay, so this was my next whip that I started. The Sampler House 3. And I love the trees, the sheep, the house. It checks off all the boxes. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's the one with the cool sheep.
And so I love working on this one. And this is old stationery again, and it's a Lugana.
Look at the colors on that, huh?
I love it.
We didn't set up the ring light.
We did not.
Sorry.
Should we have?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Should we stop and do that?
Yeah, we're already too far in.
Okay.
Let's just do it.
The boss says no, so we say okay.
Direct all complaints to Diana.
Okay.
Yes. I have a big file 13.
All right. So my next one is Ann Gott.
I love this one. I have this one too. She and I started this one together.
Do you remember the fabric?
It is R&R. And I think it's American chestnut.
I think you're right.
There's a quiz at the end, so take notes.
Yes.
Because the person that's working on it doesn't even remember. I forgot my notes. I had them on the table.
When you become a shop owner, suddenly people think you know everything about what they're doing.
She stores all that stuff. She knows.
I'll be in the nursing home and be like, 28 count, Seraphim. That's what I'll be like.
You already bought that once.
Yes, you have that chart.
Yeah, that's bad when you tell us that.
You have that chart. This is the other one I started. I love this house. It's Happy Easter from Little Stitch Girl. She has a whole set of houses, and I fell in love with them when I went to market this year and saw them all. She has Easter, the 4th of July, Halloween, and she's coming out with Christmas sometime this fall, and I can't wait. She had it down there stitched up, and it is so cute.
They were very cute. Now,
this is stitched on a 32 count Lugana, and it's called Frosted Sage. It's by Seraphim. We all three are in our fabric of the month with Seraphim here at the shop, so
we do have other fabric.
We do have other fabrics, but right now we are really using our fabric of the month. So this is how far I've gotten. That rainbow is Diana's rainbow. Probably not really the one on the pattern because it was quite hard.
Things went wrong.
So it's kind of hard to keep up with. So let's talk about.
Does she have more whips?
Oh, you have another whip.
I have one more whip.
One more whip.
Just slap me in the head and tell me shut up.
Nope.
Okay.
Not into violence.
Not today.
Anyway. Not today.
Okay, yeah, today. We know that could be changed. All right, this is Jeanette Douglas. I bought this pattern many moons ago, and I finally purchased the box that it goes on. So I figured I probably should go ahead and get started.
Look at that. It's pretty.
The stitches, there's all specialty stitches, really. I mean, there's a lot of 1/1, and that's just like the box. Each box will contain specialty stitches of different pictures.
And this is Vintage Country Mocha, but I don't know what count it is.
I think it's 32.
32.
Yeah. So, and that's what I've got done so far. And I like working with the threads because it's all different threads. I bought, the embellishment pack, and so it comes with, everything you need, and it even has little what are they called?
Charms.
That's it.
It comes with charms.
See, she even remembers my words.
Sometimes.
I don't know why I couldn't remember charms. I've been looking at them online, but anyway. So,
well, that's the nice thing. If you buy Jeanette Douglas, she usually uses silks, but if you buy her in her pack, she will give you enough silks in there to finish the pattern. So that way you don't have to buy like a skein of that color in Gloriana and a skein of that color in Dinky Dyes. She gives you enough that you can
just get what you need.
Get what you need in the pack. That's really nice.
Yeah, there were a lot of silks in that which is really nice to work with. I love silk.
Oh yeah. Yep. Before we move on to finishes, we did want to talk a little bit about how we stitch because that's something usually people want to know. So, I stitch with a Q-snap. I'm a two-handed stitcher, so I have a lap stand. It's an Elon lap stand, and I usually use the Q-snap. If I'm here at the shop, I don't bring my lap stand with me or anything. I have a little Nurge hoop that I usually work on here in the shop if I get to stitch. Me stitching at the shop is almost laughable because I don't really get to sit down much during the day and actually stitch.
Or she has to pull out what she does.
Yeah, so I'll just have to end up frogging it. So, but that's how I stitch is usually in a hoop. I can do the sewing method, but my hands, I have issues with my hands. They'll go numb, and I just don't like the way my stitches look. I know if I did it all the time, I probably would get better at it, but my hands just won't let me do that. So,
okay, I normally use a Q-snap, sometimes a hoop, and a lot of times I stitch in hand. If it's something small and the count is high, I like to use a hoop or a frame, but I normally stitch in hand. I enjoy that the most, I think. And I am a two-handed stitcher also. I would love to be able to do the sewing method. I think that I would probably be able to get a little bit more done because it's obviously a little bit faster. But with saying that, that's what I do. I haven't really practiced it. I did it once, and I get frustrated real quick. So it's like because you just want to go back to what you know.
yeah.
What feels good, what feels natural. So, and that's what I do.
And I stitch in hand, and I use the sewing method unless I'm doing a specialty stitch or over one, and then I'll use a little hoop. But to me, hoops are always in the way, so I stitch in hand with the sewing method.
Which is why she gets done with things faster than us. Just saying.
Because I'm obsessive. It has nothing to do with skills.
Your skill, come on.
So we do have some finishes. If you remember in the last Flosstube, I said I wasn't going to start anything new until I finished a few things. And I did finish two things. One of the first things I finished was this. And I don't have the pattern here with me, but this is Sheep Heap by Plum Street. You know I love sheep.
Oh, I was going to get...
And this is on Vintage Country Mocha. It's a Lugana, and I believe it's 32 counts. I did change up some of the colors in it from what the called for are, so but I wanted to show that. We're going to make this into a pillow. It'll be a shop model. And then this was probably my oldest whip that I had. It is a Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. And I finished this, and it is Thankful, Grateful, Blessed. Mine is a little different than the chart. The chart has a white pumpkin. I made mine orange. And there are probably some things that I kind of left out because I was done. So, but that is, and we're getting ready to get this framed.
Yeah. Diana, a lot of times, if she gets to the house and gets it done, she tends to leave things out because she's done what she's enjoyed. Yes. And she's down.
I get what I call the finish rage. And it is when I am like so close to the end that I'm just want to be finished with something. And I'm just like, okay. But I usually don't finish the house first, though, because if I finish the house, it's over with. I'm not doing anything else on that thing. So, but yeah, that's why I am people that finish the whole border and everything first, that I think those people need to be admired. I can't do that. I stitch a little bit of the border, and I am a landmark person because I want to get to that house as soon as I can. So that's why sometimes I'll start in the bottom, sometimes I'll start in the top. I've even started in the middle before if I think I can get there faster. So, but then I won't stitch the whole thing first because then I won't finish the rest of it. So I'm a little odd. but I own it. So, all right, Stacy, you finished some things.
Put this together today with one of the boxes we got at market. And this is A Token of Love by Blackbird. It was in the When the Leaves Fall book, I believe. I left off one of the borders to make sure that it would fit, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's cute.
This is a
old colonial box.
Old colonial box. This pattern wasn't supposed to go in there, but we made it. She stitched it on 40 count, or not 40 count, 20 count, which made it like 40 count. And it looks perfect in this box. And the box opens so that you can put your stuff in it, which is really nice.
They do come in different sizes and a couple,
nice
of colors.
Yes, this is definitely an heirloom piece, so they're a nice box.
We can get them for you if you want.
Yes, from Old Colonial.
Yeah, it does have glass on it.
Well, this one does. They don't come with glass. Because we frame, I went ahead and did it.
Yeah, we put glass on it if you want glass on it, which I would suggest you put glass on something like this.
We'll talk about all this stuff now.
Oh, yeah. She has some finishes that aren't stitchy related, but they still need to be talked about because they're good. I'm an avid sock stitcher, and I'm trying to teach her.
Me.
I didn't challenge you.
Yeah, she did. And she got me this yarn for Christmas. One's better than the other. And my goofy son wore them to church.
He likes them.
Well, he came down the stairs getting ready for church, and he had a white short sock and a long Godzilla sock or something stupid. He saw these laying out, drying, and he's like, hey, a matching pair of socks. And he put them on and wore them to church. So one is all stretched out. And he's decided he likes socks. Now, knitting socks will probably never be my favorite. But if it will get him to wear matching socks, I'm going to try.
It's my favorite thing to knit is socks. Funny. I love to knit socks.
So anyway, I finished that. I finished spinning up this yarn. I haven't washed and set it yet. It's right off the loom or the winder.
How pretty.
But it's merino and silk. It was a joy to spin.
I don't know that you can see really how pretty the colors are in it.
It's chain plied, so it'll be 3-ply.
It feels really good.
Yeah, it does feel really nice. I'd like something out of that one.
What would you like?
I don't know, something cuddly.
Something cuddly like a scarf, maybe?
Yeah.
Not socks.
Not socks.
No.
This would be very thick.
Oh, man, what have you been doing?
Well, year ago, maybe two.
A year ago,
as a collective group here in the shop, we started a corner-to-corner crochet along Afghan. And every year at our holiday dinner, like the first week of December, the church will have a holiday dinner, and then we'll do a little auction just for fun. So I thought, I'm going to do this. I'll crochet another one and let them auction it off. Well, since I had learned about yarn and the whole process of making yarn, I had used up a lot of my old stuff that I don't care for anymore and gave a lot of it away. And then I decided to do an Afghan that's designed for scraps. So I go to Mom's closet. Some of this stuff came over on the Mayflower, I am sure. So if you go to Repeat Crafter Me, this is a free pattern.
It's a free pattern.
Just type in Christmas Afghan. It's as cute as it can be.
It
Very
really
easy instructions. Yours will not look like mine because I am using ancient scraps. But here's Santa. I did buy the sparkly yarn.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you could see it, but it's got sparkle in his hat.
Sparkly yarn in his hat.
Mm-hmm. And here is the Christmas tree. It's got sparkly yarn in the green and in the red.
Oh, yeah. You can see it a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's the snowman. I think there's 9 blocks to it. This is as far as I've gotten so far.
And these whip up really fast because the way you crochet them is from one corner to the other corner.
Yeah, so your first row is that square. Whoops, up here. That square. And then you do 2 more squares and you work your way across that way. The hardest part is changing colors and weaving in the thousands of ends when you're done.
There's the sled. And then you just put these all together to make the Afghan. And it really is a beautiful Afghan.
Yeah, it is.
And I started the little elf last night, and there's a gingerbread man and a Rudolph.
Yes.
The elf. There's a candy canes. Seems like there's an extra one.
There's another one too. I can't remember.
Oh, a wreath.
A wreath.
Yeah.
So let's see.
That's all things I finished. Now we're trying something new at the shop, and one of our very brave stitchers has let me finish some of her items. So I didn't stitch these, but we put them together. It's a little flat fold, and she has done 2 sets. They're gifts for people, hopefully the recipient, but to go on their mantelpieces. This is the first set, and I put a little tiny string of jute around it. And then
cute.
Yeah, kept it simple.
This is the second set that I hope she likes because I ran out of her fabric. So we picked this fabric because I thought it went well. And I put a little gold around it just to give it a little bling. What else have we done?
And then she stitched for us. I thought this was so cute. This is a cute little finish for Easter if you ever think about it. She got this, we think at Joann's, but we're not for sure. But she got this jar, and then she stitched this.
We'll trade for chocolate.
And she put chocolates in it. Is that not adorable? She put some little rickrack around it and stuff, and put a little fabric on the bag, or like a piece of felt, it feels like. But is that not cute?
That is adorable.
She did that for the shop. We really appreciate that.
Really sweet.
And then I spent one whole day, well, not one whole day, but 3 hours one day at the shop here putting an Afghan back together that someone brought in that their puppy got a hold of.
Yeah, we do crochet repair now.
I guess you can Google crochet repair. We didn't know that.
And we come up. So she fixed it. She did a very good job at it. So
that's why I haven't got a lot of actual stitching done, is because I've been playing with other toys.
All right.
Speaking of toys,
you want to go ahead and show?
Tell them about I was a very bad girl.
Depends on how you look at this.
And I bought this.
There's nothing bad about that. You go, girl.
I love it.
It's a spinning wheel.
Yeah, I'm still getting the kinks worked out of it. We had to put it together and rub it down with some oil of it. It's so pretty.
It is very pretty. Very pretty.
It's going to be lots of fun.
And she's having lots of fun with it.
Yeah.
All right. So May is coming.
It's coming.
And I always do a mania, Maynia. And some of you probably know what a mania is. Some people do a start every single day. Some people do a start each weekend. Some people do however many starts the year is, like 25 starts or something like that. I've done different starts. Or different manias. I've done a Blackbird mania. I've done a Plum Street mania. I did a Market mania. Last year we did a Brenda Keys mania. Mm-hmm. And if you're somebody that likes samplers and you'd like to learn, you'd like to get your feet wet with samplers, Brenda Keys is a good designer to look into.
Yeah. Her patterns are beautiful too. The setup is really nice. It comes with all kinds of little goodies in there.
Yeah, we talked about next time maybe doing a Brenda Keys spotlight.
Yes.
Bringing in our stuff and showing you some of hers.
She is from England, so not very many people carry her
patterns.
Yeah, but we can definitely get her.
Yes.
But we'll bring it next time.
We'll bring them in and show you
what we've got.
Yes.
Her patterns are Ada friendly.
Yes. There's no over one in any of them.
For the most part. And they are very beginner friendly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not overwhelming with colors. She almost always uses DMC.
Mm-hmm.
Her patterns are simple and easy to read, but you still get a beautiful old-fashioned sort of effect.
Yes.
I don't know if she does have some that's modern.
Yes, she does, and she has some that are like smaller, and then none that are huge.
Right.
But
she does a 300 by 300 or anything.
But she does some big ones, and then she does some small ones. Right. She does some monochromatic ones. But we'll bring them in next time and let you all see Brenda Keys, because she is one that we all three really, really like.
Yes.
This year I am doing a Blackbird mania again, because Blackbird is my favorite designer, and I have a lot of Blackbirds that I want to start before I die. So, and you never know. So I am planning on starting one Blackbird as of right now. I'll probably start more than that, but as of right now, I'm planning on starting this. It's called Little Birds, and it's not little. And I am starting this with my friend Lisa in South Carolina. She is my stitch sister in another state. She and I are going to start this. And I picked out, this is a mystery fabric that we got in our Fabric of the Month Club this past month from Seraphim. And I love it. And I decided that I'm going to put my little birds on it because I'm doing it on 32 count because it's so big that I'm afraid that if I do it on 40 count, by the time I get to the end of it, I won't be able to see 40 count. So I did do a little start.
It's 395 by 339. That is a big girl.
Yes. So I did a little start just to kind of show you what it would look on this fabric. And make sure I liked it on this fabric. So I'm really excited about that. And then my plan is to work on my Blackbird whips during the week and then starts on the weekend. Now I've started this before, but I'm going to restart it. Oh, Joyous Day. And my plan is to start it on this 40 count old stationery. And there was somebody, I took a screenshot of it, had done this pattern using bright reds. And I really liked it. She had used colors that were much more vibrant. Not that I don't love these colors, because I do. But I like the way she had changed some of the colors. So I want to kind of do that. That is some of my plans, and I brought my whips, my Blackbird whips, to show to you all. But do you have what you're planning on doing, Sherry?
Yeah, I just have what I'm planning on doing for my next start. I won't be doing a mania.
I don't know why she won't do a mania with me. Neither one of these two are doing a mania with me.
I've got yeah. Okay. This is Quirky Factors, and this was from Fractors. I'm sorry, from Twin Peak.
The market release this year.
Yeah, it was market release. And then I've got the new fabric that it's a mystery fabric that we were talking about. And I just really thought that those would look really good on that fabric.
Let's see, this is like a grayish. It would be perfect for a
patriotic. Yeah, I think so. It's got kind of a dark blue undertone to it, gives you that impression, even though it's gray. And I think that they'll really show up nice on that. So that's my plans for next go round, and I'm going to continue working. I'm hoping to get the big sampler done. I should be able to work away on that, I guess.
All right.
While I'm still young.
So I need my Blackbird whips.
Okay.
I have a lot of Blackbird whips. I don't have that many.
Is it all of this?
Yeah, it's all of that.
Oh.
She says, "Oh Lord."
So hopefully y'all see something in here that you'd like to stitch on. That's the point. Okay. So the first one is Merrily, Merrily We Welcome Spring. I love this one. And I'm stitching it on 40 count. And it's an X Jude.
That's pretty.
And this is how much I've gotten finished. I really enjoy stitching on this. Even though it's 40 count.
I love the look of 40 count. I wish I could stitch on that.
To me,
I mean, I know I can, but I don't enjoy it, I should say.
The next one is We Live in Hope. This is another Blackbird. This is an adaptation of a antique. And this one I'm stitching on Chai by Seraphim, and it's a 40 count as well.
How tiny those letters are.
So there you can see.
I love the look of 40 count.
Yeah.
I like 40 count. My only thing is that if I'm going to stitch on it, I have to stitch on it like the whole week. I can't go back and forth between my 32 and my 40 because that's just not going to work. This one I started last year. Those two I started this year. This one I started last year. What Remains is Love. I got this when it was a exclusive with the one in Canada. Tradition. Traditional Stitches. Because, of course, I love Blackbird. And that was one of the last ones Barb did. And this is on a piece that Sherry gave me. that is.
And Sherry cannot tell you the color. I'm so sorry.
But I love it.
I don't retain a whole lot of that information. I apologize.
And I love stitching on it. This
is an R&R?
I think so.
Yeah.
This next one is another one that Sherry gave me that's an R&R. And I couldn't find my book for this one. I stuck it somewhere and I don't know where. But this came out of their book that they put out that is not the one you did, but it's their autumn book. This is Mighty Acorn. And I'm almost finished with this one. I don't have much to go. So I kind of would like to finish this one.
What happened?
I don't know what happened down there. But I don't think my stitching will get in it.
No. It's like a candy bar.
Wasn't my candy bar.
Well, I guess we know what happened.
This one is Our Lasting Friendship. I love this one because she put the initials of her stitching friends in the middle of this one. So I plan on doing the same thing. Don't know if these two will make the cut or not. They keep telling me I have candy bars on my stitches.
That's what it looked like. It looks like a.
I didn't say that.
I've been working on this one, like try to put a stitch in it every week because I would like to get it done before these two kick the bucket, so they can stitch theirs in it. So
We're being picked on, Sherry.
What you talking about? This is on a Fiber on a Whim, 32 count, and I think it's called Latte. So,
kick the bucket.
Well, I'm just saying. I want you to be able to put your initials on it.
Get on it then.
Yeah,
I'm trying. It's big. This is one I started last year with Lisa that I talked about earlier. She finished this. I did not. But I'm very close. And I usually don't stitch on Halloween when it's not Halloween time, but I'm so close with this one.
Wow.
Pretty.
Yeah. Let's get that done.
So this is on a piece of Haunted by Seraphim. And I did change the orange in this. But yeah,
well, that's pretty.
I'm very close to a finish on it. So I'm going to try to make myself work on it.
You should devote 1 week in May to that.
I can't stitch on something for a whole week.
You'll be finished.
Lord of mercy. So the next one, I just kind of wanted to show this bag. One of my customers made this for me. I like it. It's a seafood. Oh, I can't show the chart. Okay.
Oops.
Made this for me.
We'll see if we can edit.
I'm not going to be able to edit that out. The chart that's in there is this one. I love this chart. I always have. It's in this book that you can still get.
It's Summer Souvenirs.
It's called Souvenirs of Summer. You can still get this. I had started this on this fabric. And it's an R&R. And usually I love R&R, but I'm just real happy with the way it's going.
I think it's beautiful. I think she should keep on stitching.
So I think, I don't care what Stacy says.
She never listens.
I think I'm going to change it to this lighter one because I think you'll be able to see the stitches better. This is a 40 count, so it'll be a little bit smaller. But I think you'll be able to see the colors. I'll show you the colors. These are the colors. And I think they'll show up better on this than they will on this. So, those are my Blackbird whips. Those are what I intend on stitching on in May. Do you think I have enough? And I'm going to start some too. So,
okay.
Well, I have 2 more open slots for start, so we will see what happens. And they will be blackbirds, because I love blackbirds. Even though I don't like birds, but I do love blackbirds. Okay, not blackbirds, but I love blackbird designs. Okay. All right. Shut up, Stacey. All right. So, Flosstuber Spotlight. Yes, we have been watching Flosstubers in this past month. So, I will tell you the one I watched, and you two can talk about the 2 that you watched. All right. This is the North Carolina Stitcher. She has come back to Flosstube. She was on there. I think she said she had taken a 4-year hiatus, and she's back. I watched her Flosstube a few days ago, and we watched it today again in the shop.
Yeah.
She has some beautiful samplers and things like that if you like them, especially if you like Quakers.
Yes.
Watch her. So, and she made me feel better. She has 180 whips. So that made me feel a whole lot better. So check her out.
Oh, I'm up. Okay. Stitching Faye. It may be the Stitching Faye, but I think it's Stitching Faye.
Yeah.
She does just about everything. She does samplers. She does a lot of memorabilia. Her stuff is beautiful, and she can really put them out. I can't believe how much she gets done.
Very fast.
Yeah, very fast stitcher. But yeah, she does a lot of nice stuff. I think you really enjoy her. She's got a lot of
variety.
Yeah, variety, and she's got a lot to talk about. So she's really good.
Yeah,
I like her.
And the one I've watched the other day, I've watched a couple of hers. It's Fireside and Fairy Tale. She's from the UK, and she's got a very soft accent, and she's soft spoken. What caught my attention was she was doing a couple of blackbirds, and she also is a knitter and a watercolorist. She's an interesting little lady. I don't know how many Flosstubes she has out, but I've only seen a couple. But she's good.
Then this was new to me, but I guess they had been mentioned on another Flosstube, Brenda and Laura. If you don't watch them, Brenda and the Serial Starter, you are way behind. But anyway, this is Count on Linens. I watched her Flosstube. She just came up on my recommended list, and I watched her. She does a very good job. She does a lot of samplers. Does a beautiful job stitching. I'm trying to think. I think she did have some smalls too, but of course, what caught my eye was she had some blackbirds. So, Count on Linens. Check her out.
Okay, and then I've got Sarah's Stitchy Spot. Sarah is probably the sweetest, nicest lady. I really enjoy listening to her talk, and she's very excited about her stitching. She does beautiful stitching, beautiful work. Trying to think. Stop saying Trying to think.
You want me to step on your toe every time you do?
No. Mean. She's mean. But anyways, give Sarah a try. Check her out.
I'm not mean. Yeah. I'm trying to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This little lady came up on my recommended too. It's Captain Stitchy Bug. I think her very first.
What a cool name, Captain Stitchy Bug.
Stitchy Bug. And I think her first YouTube is a whip parade. And I have never seen so many full coverages in all my life. So if you're into full coverage, she is the stitchy friend for you.
Yes.
I didn't get to watch the whole episode because, I was loading the dishwasher and all that. But some things I'd never seen before. Gorgeous.
Wow.
Yeah. Check her out if you're into full coverage.
All right. So we wanted to mention we have a one-day retreat. Our shop does. We don't have it here in the shop. We have it at our extension office, and we did want to mention it. It is in September. It is called Stitchapalooza, September 20th. So we just wanted to mention that it is coming up.
Registration will open in July.
Yes, we would love to have anybody we have. If you're coming from out of town, we have some lovely places to stay. We have about 3 state parks that are very close to us.
A couple of campgrounds.
And a couple of campgrounds, yes. So we wanted to mention that. Also, we have stitch-ins here at the shop, and I don't know how far away our viewers are, but if you're within drivable distance, we have a couple stitch-ins here at our shop. They start at 9 o'clock in the morning. They go till about 6 or 7 in the evening. Depends on when we all tire out. But our next one is going to be July 19th or July 26th. We're going to be doing a stitch-in here at the shop.
And that's when registration for Stitchapalooza will open.
Yes.
It's kind of a woohoo, we're going to open Stitchapalooza event.
Yes. So,
yeah, and it's lots of fun. We can cram at least 20 people in this little shop if we try real hard.
We've had 25 before.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem setting the furniture out on the sidewalk to get more people in.
So we have a lot of fun. We usually order out and have it brought in.
Yeah.
And
There's always snacks.
There's always snacks. Somebody always brings a bag of candy or something, and we just have a lot of fun. It's a good day of stitching and laughing. And if you are from out of town, you are more than welcome to come on Friday and stitch with us here in the shop from 10 to 5 while we're open. We usually always have somebody at our stitching table, so you are more than welcome to do that as well. So I can't think of anything else. Can you girls?
No. Just if you need anything, give us a holler. We'll try our best to get it for you.
Yes, thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed, liked, who have gone on our Facebook page,
who have contacted and ordered.
Yes, our shop and
It's so
stuff.
cool to get a phone call from like Louisiana or
Mississippi, or we find that very humbling. We've been around for about 4 years now.
Yeah, this is our fourth.
And our motto is we're a small shop with a big heart. We can get you just about anything you want. But we really appreciate that. We truly do. We find that very humbling to be thought of that way. So thank you very much for all of those. Of course, those of you who have always supported us, we really appreciate you as well. But if this is your first time watching us, I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I hope you'll come back. So
yeah, we love your comments.
Yes, yes, we really enjoy reading the comments. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day or evening.
You're going to do a Flosstube live tomorrow?
Yes, if you have not followed our Facebook, we are Bluegrass Blessings Cross Stitch Shop. And we're going to be doing a Facebook Live tomorrow at 5:30. And it's just going to be me and Sherry.
There'll be no supervision. I will apologize now.
You don't know what we might get into or what we might sell.
No.
So,
see, she gets on here and then she'll have these flash sales for like peanuts.
Stacy's dressing. I've got her, Stacy.
You might want to take your wheel with you. So, if you can, join us tomorrow. If you can't, you can always watch it back. Our Facebook Lives are a lot of fun. So, we hope all of you have a great time, and thank you for watching us.
Bye.
Bye, guys.